Jacques Custeau found a 10,000-year-old Greek inscription underwater. What happened to that inscription? Well, most of us know Jacques Custeau. Did we know that there was a reason that he started his underwater passion? It was from a car accident that he had back in 1936. It was so bad that doctors thought they would have to amputate part of his body on the side that had the accident, but he decided to undertake the longer treatment, which meant that he had to swim in the Mediterranean Sea every single day, and that's how he got into diving. He was also the person who found the aqualung, and surprising fact was how he had his calypso, his diving and research boat. It was actually Guinness beer that decided to sort of rent this old ferry boat to him for about 1 franc a year. And 40-year-old former car ferry, 1 franc per year. The ship became known as the Calypso, and after being badly damaged in 1996, still being renovated today. But anyway, a lot he gave to underwater research, and they say that also he has won more Oscars than Meryl Streep. He has won as many Oscars as Meryl Streep. He took home his first award in 1957 for his documentary The Silent World at the Academy Awards. In addition to his recognition, he also won the Palme d'Or at 1956 Cannes Film Festival. Additional successes for him in the 1960 The Golden Fish won Best Short Film. But let's go to the fact about the 10,000-year-old BC, 10,000 BC, that's over 12,000 years old. Where did Custeau find this? Now, what did it say? Is it science fiction, or is it a reality? There is an open, dangerous treasure somewhere away from us, waiting for us to find them. The treasure is called the Gulf of Mexico. There's a lot being found in the Gulf of Mexico. People have also claimed that they have found underwater pyramids. They say that that could have been part of pre-flood civilizations having to do with ancient Atlantis. Who knows? But very strange that the research on those underwater pyramids has somehow been put on hold or frozen. But anyway, the Gulf of Mexico, running east from Florida Peninsula, hides a lot. First, a jar with a Minoan representation near the shores of the Bahamas, and the discovery of the by French Jewish Custeau and his team, a stone plaque for which the unbound newspaper Atlanticos of the island Andros and Bahamas wrote in the sheet of the article of August 24th, dated 1966. It was written by supposedly by ancient Greeks from 10,000 BC. The newspaper made the mistake disclosing the following month, and the plaque said, "We make," quote, "we make our weapons." This is what the plaque said in Greek, in ancient Greek, okay? Now, before I go into what this read, what was inscribed, let's remember, because I want to, I don't want to forget this, is very important, that they have already traced ancient Minoan Crete, that is DNA, from Crete to the Native American Indians living around the Great Lakes area. They have ancient Minoan DNA, which means that they were ancient Greeks. Besides that, they have a lot of Greek words in their vocabulary. And not only that, but in the early 1800s, mid-1800s, there was a professor, an American professor from one of the northeastern universities, I think it was Massachusetts, I can't remember, and he wrote in ancient Greek, okay, he was a Hellenist, he wrote in ancient Greek to the Indian chiefs of the tribes of North America, and he wrote to them in ancient Greek, and he started by the greeting, "Αδέρφια μου," my brothers. In other words, αδέρφια means my brothers. He was writing to them in Greek, and he says, "I'm writing to you in your native language, Because now, okay, this professor, of course, was writing in ancient Greek because he was a Hellenist. Okay, he studied ancient Greek. Obviously, it was not his native language. But he was writing to the American Indian chiefs in ancient Greek. Why would he do that? I mean, these American Indian chiefs did not go to university to study ancient Greek, obviously. It was their native language. And the chiefs had to know it. I mean, that's astonishing. I was going to say absurd, but that's astonishing. And he says that you have to be careful to keep your culture, otherwise it will be taken from you. And this is basically the letter that this professor was telling them of. And he wrote to them in ancient Greek, because that was the language and the writing of their ancestors. Now, going back to this now, this plaque that Jacques Custeau found in in the article of August 24th, 1966, it said, quote, this is what the plaque read, translated from Greek to English, quote, "We take our weapons and transport them to our homeland, Ilatiki. We are leaving your country, but if your new evil leaders dare to declare war on us, we will destroy you. Our queen, ethics, does not consider you an Atlan, as your new leaders claim, sons of benefit. Our queen, daughter of heavenly morality, considers you an ungrateful people who do not accept her friendship," end quote. Note, it says here, the above is an excerpt which, according to Elinika, comes from the anecdotal novel by Panayotis Liapis entitled The Lekana Tithis, on page 114. Okay, it says, "We take our weapons and transport them to our homeland, Ilatiki. We are leaving your country, but if your new evil leaders dare to declare war on us, we will destroy you. Our queen, ethics, I guess is her name, Ithiki, meaning Ithiki in, there are a lot of ancient female names like that. Like one of them is, for example, patience, meaning Ibomani. Another one is faith, meaning beastie. Another word is charity. Another one is love, agapi. Another one is Irini, meaning peace. And this queen's name was ethics, meaning Ithiki. Okay, so you have things like that, names like that. It says here, "Our queen, ethics, does not consider you an Atlan," I guess, an Atlantean, I guess, "as your new leaders claim, sons of benefit. Our queen, daughter of heavenly morality, queen considers you an ungrateful people who do not accept her friendship," end quote. Was that, so this is a queen, was it a matriarchal society, or maybe that was a queen, or whatever, maybe the king was deceased, I have no idea. Or maybe it was a queen that was, in charge of the small son who was to be the king. I have no idea. But anyway, Atlan meaning maybe perhaps reference to Atlantean cultures. So the Atlantean cultures having to do, of course, found near the Bahamas of the Atlantic, and Gulf of Mexico. I have no idea. I mean, what do you think? Very strange. So whatever happened to this artifact? That's what the question here is. And why were the researchers on the pyramids off the coast of Florida, in the Caribbean, why has that research stopped? The pyramids, the underwater pyramids found in the Gulf of Mexico. If you know anything, please leave a comment. Thank you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.